Terra's story is one of the most painful stories in Kingdom Hearts, and just like Aqua's, it's going to take multiple videos to explain. So, sit back and let me tell you the truth about Terra's heart. We don't know much about Terra's childhood. We only know that he was past the power to wield the Keyblade and trained with Aqua in order to one day become a master. Terra and Aqua were inseparable and cared a lot for each other. She pushed him and helped him get stronger, and he respected her incredible power. Aqua had a natural talent with magic, but Terra was very skilled with his Keyblade. Using his strength and his speed to his advantage, he could beat anyone in a fight. After years of training, Terra and Aqua were introduced to a young kid named Ventus. He had no memories from his past, and his heart was shattered. All the darkness that was once inside him was now gone, and the kid was a pure light. Terra knew that he needed help, someone to look out for him and teach him how to be strong, a guide to show him right from wrong, and help him become a great master one day. Terra, Aqua, and Ventus were a family, and they trained together to fight for their master, Eraqus. Eraqus practically raised Terra, and he loved him like a father. One day, Eraqus decided to test Aqua and Terra for the Mark of Mastery. Terra was so excited. He waited for this day his whole life. If he could prove he was worthy, he would become a master. But something was lurking in the dark. A strange old man named Xehanort. He was an old friend of Eraqus, and he was also a master. Terra didn't know much about Xehanort, but he knew that masters deserved respect, that this man was wise, and as far as he knew, that this man was trustworthy. During Terra's test, something happened that he didn't expect. Somehow, despite it never happening before, darkness appeared. The evil his master told him to never tap into, this dark power that existed in all hearts, that was meant to be locked away, or at least that's what Eraqus thought. Xehanort had a different perspective. He believed that darkness should be kept in check, but it should be used. To deny this deeper part of yourself would be unbalanced. Terra didn't have much time to think about this advice. Aqua was a master now, and he wasn't. He didn't understand why it happened, and was very concerned, but he didn't have time to deal with it. There was work to do. Strange creatures were appearing across the worlds. The unversed. Monsters made from negative emotion. No one knew why they existed or where they were coming from, only that they were terrorizing the worlds. But Terra was sent out to investigate. As a skilled fighter, he could deal with this threat easily. He traveled many worlds in search of the source of these monsters. But with each world came another wicked person, a witch that controlled his mind and made him steal a woman's heart. Evil stepsisters that tortured their younger sister. Everywhere he went, people either used him or were afraid of him. He tried his best to help, but at every turn, he became a problem. Aqua warned him not to use the darkness, but it kept happening. Not soon after, he found Xehanort. He was kidnapped by yet another evil person. The world's had so many terrible people. Xehanort was in extreme danger, and in his anger and with his rage, Terra scarred the man who took his new master. He set his master free. He would one day become a master like him, and Xehanort told him that darkness was a tool, and he should keep using it. Terra was so confused. Eraqus told him to suppress it, to hide it away. But Xehanort called Terra a master. He seemed to know so much more. Maybe Eraqus was wrong. Maybe you shouldn't deny part of yourself. Yet again, before he could have time to process this information, Ventus arrived. He was chasing him like a little brother, and Aqua, Terra, and Ventus fought back against a massive unversed. After the fight, Terra told Ven to go home, and despite Aqua not trusting him, he hoped he could prove to Aqua that he was still good. But there were more worlds to help, more secrets to discover. He never had the time to process anything. He went from world to world, always on the wrong side. A pirate wanted him to kill a kid. The god of the underworld made him fight a kid consumed by darkness. Something was very wrong. The outside world was so strange, but he was strong. And he found someone out there, a young kid named Riku. His light was so bright, Terra could literally see it from space. He knew this kid was just like him, maybe even better. Terra knew that he wasn't allowed to pass the power without being a master, but he had already broken so many rules already, and he didn't know if anyone else would ever find this kid again. All this boy wanted was the strength to protect the people he loved. So Terra performed the ceremony. ceremony that he had when he was a kid. He gave the power to Riku and set off on the journey that would destroy his very heart. Terra had returned home, but it wasn't home anymore. Eraqus, the man who took him in, the father he always wanted, he had fallen, tricked into trying to kill Ventus, an innocent kid. Terra stopped his master and defeated him, but yet again, before he could understand what was happening, Eraqus was killed. Xehanort lied to him. The terrible people, the unversed, his master's failure, they were all problems created by Xehanort, manipulating events, using the darker half of Ventus as a pawn. It was all a sick game, but Terra didn't know why. All he knew was his master died, and he had to avenge him. With all the rage he could find, with all the power he could focus, he went to stop Xehanort. He caused all of this. The reason he wasn't a master, the reason he went on this terrible journey, everything that had happened led to this moment. He fought against the master, the worst man he would ever face. And surprisingly, he won. He beat him. Terra was the greatest and strongest fighter in the worlds. But Xehanort had one last trick up his sleeve. He stabbed himself in the chest, exposing his heart, the embodiment of his emotions and memories. And what happened next was the start of a torture that would last 12 years. Xehanort's heart was forced into Terra's body. They fought each other for control, but Xehanort's hatred was too strong. Terra had spent so long weakening his own heart, committing horrible acts against his will, letting the darkness overtake the light in his heart. He was out of balance. There was too much darkness, and Xehanort spent his whole life controlling darkness. As he watched his own body try to kill Aqua, Terra fought as hard as he could. He couldn't allow that. He cared for her. He wouldn't let Xehanort hurt her. He wouldn't let anyone hurt her. Xehanort was angry. He wouldn't allow this idiot, this gullible fool, to control his new body. He would live forever. He screamed, "Get out of my heart!" And he stabbed himself again, ripping Terra's heart out of his possessed body, wrapping what was left of Terra in chains, stitching his mouth shut, and making him nothing but a ghost, a genie, a dark guardian. It was over. Terra's heart was lost. But there was so much more to lose. And we will talk about that next time. Anyway, I'm Maloney the Bard, and that's the start of this story. Thanks for listening. Bye. Yeah, I thought that was longer than it ended up being, but you see why I had to break this into multiple pieces. There's just so much story to tell. So for the rest of this month, I'm going to explain what Terra lost. And spoiler alert, it's a lot. I want to talk about Ventus afterward, but in order to do that, I think I need to understand Union Cross more. So I might talk about some other stuff before that. Just know if I talk about other stuff, non-Kingdom Hearts stuff, I'm always going to come back to Kingdom Hearts. But, you should listen to the other stuff too, because, even if you don't know who a character is or a creator is, it might be better to, if you don't know, because who knows, you might fall in love with this person you've never heard of before, or this character you don't understand. Anyway, check out my stream or whatever. I do it every weekday, and it's so nice to talk to people on Twitch. For the last few days, we came up with an entire video game, and I might actually try to make it one day. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.